Good morning, guys. JT here. We're headed back out to the tiny house. It's quite a bit overcast and we are expecting rain. But what we have to do today, we went by the hardware store. We got some wood shims. We've got to reset the entry door just a little bit. So it was a little bit out of square because one side we pulled a little bit too hard to the framework. So we're going to put some shims in, get it set up a little bit more square, and then that will be the project for today. It's just a little project. Shouldn't take more than 30 minutes, but it's something that gets us further along the process to tiny living. Other than that, it's been a pretty good day so far. We got our food in this morning, so as you know, we're doing keto. This morning I ate half avocado and I had a couple stalks of celery with some pimento cheese that has jalapenos in it. Some pretty good stuff, but we're keeping that fat and protein higher, and then the carbohydrate again is always going to be very low. If it's not a green leafy vegetable or a couple of the very few vegetables that we are allowed, we just don't do carbohydrates. We hit the scale this morning, 199, continuing very slow progress, so my maintenance calories are about right. I'm not trying to lose a whole bunch of weight anymore. You know, like I said, I'm down 35 pounds, so that's about where I wanted to be. I am 6'3", so getting too much leaner than that will start to pull me down into a size category that, you know, it's just not a bigger sized man category. I'm wearing 34-inch or inseam pants, not inseam, waist pants. Well, I wear 34 inseam also, but 34 waist. Haven't been there in quite a while. Haven't been in the 34s since probably the 90s or very early 2000s. So flashing back 15 years, it's really nice to downsize your wardrobe unless you don't have any of those clothes. I don't have any 34s from back in the day, so I will be getting a new wardrobe around that. That's one of the perks to when you diet. You change out your lifestyle, you change out your wardrobe, you make better decisions on what you want in your closet. For me, since I'm going tiny, I only have about a 2-foot closet, so 2 foot wide across for hanging clothes, because I will be building that on the outside of the bathroom. So I will have a little closet space, but it will be little, so every choice has to be something that's well made, it's gonna last, purposeful, and durable. You know, so purposeful would probably be the most important. I don't go out on the town that often that I need a ton of really pretty shirts or a ton of dress pants. I don't need a ton of different kind of dress shoes. I need probably one pair of black shoes, and then I'll have a good enough looking pair of brown boots, and that'll be my dress apparel for my shoes. Now, one thing in the tiny house, under the cabinetry, I will be making little cubby holes, because I am taller, so that my cabinets for my kitchen don't need to be standard height. They can actually be higher. Now, the cabinets I got already are pre-made and they're standard, but what I can do is build a small square box, really, that will be divided into cubby sections, and then for shoes and other things like that, I can just slide them into those cubbies actually in the kitchen, and then I'll probably have like a burlap bagging or like a coffee bag look for those. Just have little like pull across curtains, if you will, to cover those up so that they don't, you can't see them all the time, and you might not even know what they are, but I'll know what they are, and I'll have my shoes put away in an efficient manner that they're hidden, but when I do need them, they're right there. I won't have to have a storage unit or excess storage areas somewhere else. You know, on the property that I'm going to be putting this on, I don't necessarily want to put up a building immediately. At one point I do want to put up a building for my motorcycle and a couple other things that I have, more toy related things. So, but again, if you start to collect and amass, it's harder to move all of your stuff. So downsizing is a big part of what I'm doing. I was a comic book collector in my teens. I still have a ton of those. They're not really worth anything except for like good feelings and good vibes, I guess, if I want to live my past. So I will be trying to move those somehow, whether it be eBay or maybe I'll give them to a children's hospital. I've heard that was a good way. The stuff from the 90s just really isn't worth anything. It's not worth what you paid for it. It's just kind of, it could be sentimental to you, but in general, you got to start letting stuff go. And letting stuff go is harder. It's a lot harder than you think, unless you're one of those people that doesn't have any attachment to anything. I personally do. Once I buy something, I kind of own it, and I kind of want to keep it in good repair, and that's my stuff, right? So all my comics are bagged and all that. They're worthless monetarily, or close to, but we're going to try to give them a good home. I don't want to just start throwing stuff away. I don't like the idea of throwing things away that can be reused, whether it's Goodwill or wherever you can take it. I would prefer to take stuff to a Goodwill or to, like I said, a child's hospital or something, and give them there so they get a little use out of them. We are going to do the tiny house video, so I'm going to end this video, and the next one we're going to do the walkthrough. So like and subscribe, and remember, we're building this together. So tell your friends, tell everybody you know. I'll catch you later.